I said MB.
Yeah, he is innocent of all crimes now.
It's true. It's how the
Your
law
Honor, my client pleads whoopsie daisies.
Dude, if I had a quarter for every pug that said MB when I'm trying to prog like Savage, I might be able to retire.
Isn't that a lot better than a pug that
People not
doesn't
owning
say
anything.
anything they don't know? At least they know.
Which is even
Or they
better than
do
people
know,
getting
but they're
mad.
not trying to get kicked from the party.
Alright, looks like our weaknesses are falling off. We can get ready for the next poll. Any last questions? Ready check, make sure nobody's tabbed out. Tab into the video game.
C is good. One's ready.
Alright, we will pull at 11:40 Eorzea time.
We can probably get one more point after this.
Yep, we got time.
That's nice.
Just try to play it clean. If you only have one life left, don't take any raises during this pull, and we're pulling.
You're welcome, Fly.
Alright, we're getting ready to check our debuffs. Check your debuffs. And a bit of damage, make sure you topped. Watch where they're jumping. We're going Alpha 1, and we're just directly Alpha. Next is Delta attack, this is Big Mitts.
You can target Mitt all 3 boxes, by the way.
Hold your burst. Numbers 2 is missing 2.
Also one on
Check
this
your
one.
snowballs, know where you're going.
Is
Remember to mid.
Take not bad.
An ideal person to have it.
And burst.
You know, B if it looks bad.
I'm walling on south. Try to kill it. Just to... Okay.
Watch where they jump, watch where they jump. We're going Alpha.
Jay, can you res me?
Okay, one coming.
One second.
Where are you?
I
It's
got
gonna
it.
be
Good, good.
Delta attack again.
Big Mint, maybe Tank OB.
Tank LB is a good idea, I think.
Don't overlap these.
Oh no. We lost
Okay,
both
don't
things.
worry about your damage for the next 10 seconds. Just
Numbers north, letters south. Prepare to follow the lines.
Remember to
Don't worry about hitting the
towers
boss, guys.
going. Remember,
Go to the
healers
line.
are going right, looking at your tower. DPS left.
Well, that's looks like north and south towers true. Just spam heal. Yep.
After inbounds if you got
These towers are targetable, yeah.
Yep, it's a DPS check.
Oh, they stopped. Puddles?
Alright, 3.
So eruptions, I see.
Oh, the towers are going again. I have nothing for this.
I couldn't get there in time.
Health is just down completely.
2.
I don't know if we have a
3.
chemist.
Okay, 3 more.
We
Okay,
have
we still got
one
really
chemist.
good information.
We have one chemist.
That was really good to know.
You can raise power.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So towers look like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Were they targetable the whole time? I just didn't know.
Yes.
Only after the first
They
buster,
were.
right?
Let Para.
The first buster
grab
makes them
chemist.
targetable.
Oh,
After lands.
okay. I'm just looking at my replay. I'm just standing there like a silly
I
Billy.
don't know if Win is raisable. I think J is raisable if you hug the east wall.
Luna, I think, is right behind Triton. That should be raisable, I think.
Approach from the north, please. Win. But it's a lot of corpses strictly behind the boss.
Pretty clean Snowball, though. Aside from, like, the DPS check was a little scary, but that was also with deaths, so.
Yeah, it'll be very clean once we get everything else clean.
Where did you say the people with the stack should try and pre-position before the knockback? Is it like just outside the hitbox of the middle boss?
Anywhere in the center, it will will keep you out of the wall.
I had one of those stacks that time and I was a little far in, but there is enough time to move out after you
I
move out.
use Zen, yes.
The
I
diameter
would
of the inner circle looked decent, is what I'm using as a guide.
I would err on the side of being closer and just run out. You have like a full second to move.
Let's
Right at the
see.
edge
We're
of
probably not going to be able to get most of them, huh? We're gonna have to
Just get them after we pull. Yeah.
That should be fine.
Yeah, just
I forgot that this is like the limit.
like the rest are pretty risky. Yeah.
Like, Nereus, I think, is like the closest one. That's a little scary. That is 3 people.
do you
from-
guys-
yeah, sorry.
Do you guys mind going over the positions again? Okay, like, can we use like a... Because I don't know where tanks stand for the... Like, okay, so let's say one tank is soaking. I don't know where I stand when I'm waiting.
Oh, could you be a tower
Exactly.
again, please?
Huh?
Doa's going to be the tower. The big Namazu is
Sir
the
Wellington.
makeshift
Ah.
tower.
Let's get one healer please to be in the healer stack. One DPS please to be in the DPS stack. Perfect. Okay, all of the tanks in letters group, just go to your spot. So we'll line up like this, and it's when it's your turn to soak, you walk in, and after you soak, you just walk through.
Oh, so I stand... Okay. I was standing
Yeah.
over here like a dumbass, but... Okay, so I think I stand here. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay, I
it looks
got
like
it.
and it looks like the hits are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the tanks in the 4th position, just keep an eye out if one of the other tanks are just dead. If you see no one in it, just go in.
Also, there's more than one session if DPS is slow, so you might potentially want to save your cooldowns for the second grouping.
It's not too bad. I mean, I did it with
Alright,
blood
we're
wedding.
gonna
and
need to pull again here. We're running out of time.
Yep.
So
So-
we're gonna ready up. I'm not doing ready checks. We're gonna pull at 2:45 AOC time.
So this is a full send, right?
Yes.
This
Yes.
is full send.
full
Just try to get as far as we can and kind of get people that are on the ground up ASAP.
Yep.
And we are pulling.
Hey, are we going out?
Alright, remember to check your debuffs. And we are checking our debuffs. And heal up.
If anyone died, just go ahead and res them.
Look where they jump.
We're on to Alpha. This is Delta attack, big mitts.
Bait those out.
Think about where you need to go for snowballs.
Is off.
Big knockback.
All your damage. Very good. Remember, we're watching where they jump. Three Delta. And next is Delta attack. Point these out. Alright, think about where you're going for towers.
It's 3 tower explosions.
I think I saw what happened there. It was an issue. We can review it.
Letters went west, is that right?
The arrows spawned on 4, and then it went
Okay,
to
if you res
west.
Sir Wellington, I can cheese a bit.
Oh,
Yeah, the arrows don't always spawn directly north-south, so...
Correct. Yeah, I've been operating under final tower north, northwest, or northeast is number. So numbers north tower, no matter what.
We just need to make a decision on, do you go to the final tower or do you follow the initial footsteps?
Go to the final tower.
Final.
My intuition is also.
Everybody get it out quickly so you can refresh.
yep. Return, get to 20.
Do we have someone live logging it?
I think that was simply on the south tower side. It was a DPS was in the inner circle, which caused the cone to bait towards the number sign. At least that was part of what happened.
Eternal Watch CE is open.
I don't know if anyone can corroborate my guess.
Is anyone live logging it?
Rush should be.
Can you send it up?
Yeah, I'll give you the link. Hang on.
Also can replay. But definitely not all. I definitely saw a DPS that was not on a left or right side of a tower at least.
There are also 2 streams on the Discord that you can use as reference.
Oh yeah, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I actually want to see why I died. Not sure if I under mitigated.
I under mitigated the previous poll, but not that one.
That felt pretty definitively like random healer, random DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Within,
felt from the
alternate
first poll.
something.
And it's how many underfoots?
I think we can simplify it for next time then.
Is
3
underfoot
steps of
eruption?
underfoot. Yeah, eruption.
And then
3
it's a line
steps of
stack,
eruption and then 2 line stacks. I would guess baited on like a tank who took the tower.
Hey, Cass.
What's up?
Will I always be letters from now on for the towers, or is it just because we're short a tank or something?
I think it's just because we're lopsided right now.
Yeah.
How many does letter side only have?
3 and 5 at the moment.
Do we only need 3 tanks right
You
now, don't
only
we?
need 3.
I don't
You only
think we
need
the tower
3.
hits, and then there's a
It's mainly for
big
safety,
delay.
for redundancy.
You only need 3, but 5 is completely unnecessary. It makes way more sense to do 4 and 4 and have 1 for backup.
Okay, cool.
The only reason why we have 5 is because we have 3 tanks in group 1.
Oh, I forgot to change my
We should have
phantom job.
donated a group 1 tank then instead of our knight.
Yeah, I got that.
I do believe you volunteered for that though.
I had to, no one else would.
I mean, also keep in mind, it's just for the sake of learning. Like, it's not a set in stone. Like, we might do something different. It's just, in that moment, we just needed a volunteer, and I thank you for that.
So what you're telling me is you lost the game of chicken.
Classic.
Let's just simplify the solution a little bit if we want to have the tanks on the inside.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to just leave them on the inside then.
It also
It
makes
gives
the
more
cleave
room for the
slightly
cleave.
safer.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think, what's it called? So the eruptions come out, right? I think we collapse the DPS and healers onto the we collapse the DPS and healers onto those tanks that are on the inside then, and then we go clockwise maybe.
To look at the VOD to think about if it's possible to collapse you in time.
Cass, do you need me to still be that lone healer to bait it towards the tanks, or
No,
bait
I
it towards?
won't need the
No,
lone
it's
healer.
not needed anymore.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We use my bunch engage. Stop that.
Who ate my ninja? Alright, I am now farming bombs. I left Berserker on, I gotta farm some bombs, dude. Now I need some damage. We're gonna kill it. No! There's no damage!
Here's a little bit of damage for you.
That's not enough damage. Ah, it's a disaster.
Just a crow.
It's a disaster.
I need to go buy more samurai coffers. I'm almost out.
Wall of Fate on southwest.
Yeah, there's time to converge before the eruption.
Try to only tap this. Switch to the tank if you can.
I didn't make it in time. I was too slow.
People
I am
didn't
gonna
tap.
need some. I am gonna need some footage there, Doa.
So to recap, the towers
I don't have
are
footage.
3 rounds of Tank Buster and Double Cone, followed by Eruption Stack, and then rinse repeat 3 rounds of Buster Cones, followed by maybe that
How
again.
many times did we see at the end? I think we saw
3. If we saw 2, and I saw a third cast bar.
Yeah.
Third. Cyan dies. I don't see anything happening after Cyan dies. So I think all we know is there's 3 more towers after.
Yeah, it probably loops until either they die or they end rage, maybe. There's no hard limit from the mechanics that are going out by it, but
I think if we're judging by the amount of health the snowballs have and how much time we get to kill those, our assumption is that the towers will be roughly 40 to 45 seconds total. It's just a guess.
Might also be like a soft enrage situation.
It probably turns into a hard enrage.
I would
Maybe.
assume hard rage, yeah.
Yeah.
I would guess, I should say. I'm not gonna assume, but if it was a soft enrage, something would be stacking up, other than tanks like lacking cooldowns, I guess.
I mean,
Sure.
the towers do not do a lot of damage. You don't need crazy fucking cooldowns.
Yeah.
Like I was literally soaking mine with my 90 with Thrill and Bloodwedding. Like
Yeah, if you're not
Not that
taking
bad.
cleave, you don't need that much. It's about as much as a 4-man wild charge from the snowballs.
Do we know for a fact it's okay for the rest of the tanks to be in the middle? Or is it baited on a random tank? Or cone?
it's definitely not on tanks.
the numbers tower is very like every single time it was very cleanly like a DPS and a healer, and the cones were always left and right.
Oh,
Okay.
we're pretty confident it's not on tanks.
Numbers side, the tanks just straight up never got hit.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, so it's a
It happened
it's a twist on
once
range.
on Letter's side, and it was very clearly on me.
There's flamethrower, there's...
We do have time for the C, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have 20 minutes.
Was anyone able to corroborate that the root cause of the wipe was a DPS that was out of position?
I mean, it seemed like there was a lot going on. Like, a lot of numbers were going south. I don't know
Yeah,
if
the
that...
meters didn't spawn in a spot I think we
Yeah.
were expecting, and we didn't adjust.
We
very
got
well.
east-west instead of north-south.
That's what I wanted.
I think it was still
There's
a
still a
60-degree
north
line.
side and a south side.
Yes, correct.
Yes, and that's what we'll stick to. But
Yeah.
the confusion in that moment, I don't think was one person.
Yeah, but
Are
I
we-
do think that as a result, I think that like even if some people had gone to the wrong side, like other than like if we missed tanks in a tower, if you went to the wrong side as a healer or a DPS, as long as you did the tower correctly, like it should have resolved
You'll be
correctly.
fine until the J-Waves kill you because you don't have a healer on your side.
Is that the stack after the eruptions? Or oh, you mean like if no
Just the
healers go
fire
inside?
waves in general.
Chip
is-
damage will end you.
Oh yes, that's true.
stack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially because if both of your party's healers are in the wrong side.
Yes. So
Yeah, good point.
Also, we should work out how we're going to like follow the stacks, because you're saying like whatever even if it starts south, if it goes up, like that's the numbers
The
tower.
The question I think boils down to, are we following the arrow source or are we going to the arrow end?
I think we should follow the source, because like having to do it at the end point is going to be really rough. Because if it
Yeah.
starts south, because let's say numbers, right? I'm numbers. We're going to start north. We're going to look for the thing that starts north, right? Let's say one starts south, but we don't see it start south because we're looking north. And then we'll just see the tower spawn, and then we have to try and react and run to the tower. Like, we should just follow the one that spawns north.
there may be people who don't see that though. And
Yeah,
then-
I think.
Well, everybody
spawning
in
is-
numbers is going to look north, so there's no way we won't see the one.
No,
that
what do you
starts
mean
north.
by look north? Do you mean like stand
A.
north, pointing north?
Look
or
toward
stand-
A. We're gonna face our cameras. We're gonna look toward A. Whatever marker starts in the A section, wherever it goes, we're just gonna follow it. And you got in letters, whatever marker starts in the south section, they're just gonna follow that.
Because I think what happened there was the arrow source was northwest, then it went over to west, and
It went
that-
from northwest to southwest.
Yes,
Is what
it
it did.
crossed the equator.
It crossed over.
Okay, it,
So
it- yeah,
started-
yeah, yeah,
it
you're
started
correct, you're correct.
We are
almost on the
trying to
side and crossed
establish
to the other
what
side.
is north.
But what I'm saying is, in that case, we would still have just gone south, or we would have seen it northwest. We would have followed it south as the numbers, and you guys would have seen it south, and you would have followed it north as the letters.
Yeah.
The fundamental difference is that if you're trying to base it off of the final tower position, then you have to look at two things. One, you have to both look for the correct. Hang on.
I think it's kind of. I think it's a little bit
Stands
more.
up so I can talk. No, it's not. It's not.
It's not.
You have to both lead the footsteps and look for the correct footsteps. Whereas if you just follow
Oh, yeah.
them, you just look for the starting footsteps and you're done.
Trust me, if
I think I
if
support that,
we
yeah.
if we try and do the thing where we don't initially follow it, it's just going to cause people to have to react very fast, and there's going to be mess ups.
No, I think I buy that. Yeah, I think that will work. But even regardless of either, people need to be ready because the footsteps can start either north or 60 degrees away from north in either direction, which is
Yeah.
very far.
I'm relatively
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
it's
away.
because of that first floor or whatever, that people just
Yeah.
expected it to be north, which is
Yeah,
incorrect.
like I was looking and I saw nothing, and I was like, I had to kind of reason my way into where the tower was going to have to be. So knowing that it can spawn like way on the side, honestly, I'm gonna start in the center and point my camera correctly and use that. Because if you don't start in the center, you can trap yourself.
Yeah, and obviously it's not going to be.
I would, yes and no. You can also just sprint. I literally, just so
yeah, I mean,
Eastern Tower. I was on the west side of the room and I just sprinted and it was fine.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if we're talking risk mitigation, like, there's also risk mitigation in having to move less.
And it's not going to be.
I think it's more intuitive to follow as long as people know what they're following, and also know that by this rule, their tower could be it could be in 5 of the 6 possible.
You don't care where the tower is.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
You're
okay
just
that that's the case. You just need to, you just need to not be baffled by that fact.
You're looking north or south. You're following it. Doesn't matter where it ends up. You know which one you're following.
I don't know if this will help range, but the way that I've been approaching is I just went to the north, like wall-ish, and then that just gives you a clear view on what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that's what I would be doing. Oh, that's what I will be doing if I decide not to, or if I decide to sprint it. But yeah, you'll get a much better view of the field if you start on the outside of your camera so that you can see every possible spawn.
Yeah, and don't panic if it's not like exactly cardinals. Like this is gonna probably end up being more snake prio. Just like look for it being in the northern section.
Yeah. I think it is true that in all of these cases it is started on one of the 6-way lines and has marched one 6-way line over.
Yeah.
If we're going to use the lines on the floor as a reference, it has to, right?
Yeah.
True.
And most of the mechanics in this fight have snapped to 6-way lines. So I think the only exception has been hot and cold. And I mean obviously the snowballs that lives on.
They did give us lines on the floor.
And should we save another burst window, I assume? Call that out too, for the fire.
You just hit them on cooldown. It'll time out so that your 2s will land in the second half of the fireball if you use it on the snowballs.
Yeah.
Sure.
There are so many rounds that you don't need to hold it a second time, it'll happen.
I mean, I have my own burst window on command. I'm a samurai. I just have Zen and whatever you call it.
Zenigage.
But
as long as
this man with his pocket sand.
as long as Zenigage is on the fucking snowball, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Right? Like that is literally what happened for our snowball this time. Like both me and Solus just Zennied it, and that did like 30% of its HP alone.
Yep.
Just melted. That's exactly what that skill is for.
Really quick, Jay, you were recording that, right?
Yeah.
Both Jay and I have streams up.
If you don't mind, can you stream a replay of the set of 3 towers going off? I just want to look at timing. I just want to see the 1, 2, 3, and then the eruptions.
Do we have a notion of gathering each?
And pause here if you can. Can you timestamp that? What time into your video is this?
It's 103.50 in instance.
103. Oh, I see. Yours is at the top left. Okay, go ahead and play. Okay, I think I see what I need.
Wait, did we want to come up with a plan to handle this?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea because it drops AoEs.
Which one? I'm tuning.
I have 1 second to get my rage in to not die to the eruption.
The fire mechanic that is not the that is not the waves.
You mean the eruption?
Yeah.
I think it's so. We said that we were just going to put the tanks on the inside instead of the outside now, since we know that that's okay, right?
No. That's where the waves. Yeah, but
yeah. Because I was going to say, if that is the case, then I think it's as simple as we converge everybody on the tanks, and then we go clockwise for the baits.
Yeah, we can do that.
Seems reasonable.
Because I think if we do that, then the last one will be, as long as we don't as long as we bait wide around it, like the last stack should be pointing out by then.
We can definitely move around. We just have to find the timing.
Yeah.
The stack comes from the middle, anyways. From the middle.
There's
it comes from the boss. Okay, that makes it easier instead of from the fireball.
Yeah. See.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Neat.
There's definitely time though. You saw there to finish the cleaves and then group up as a group and get ready to move with the eruptions. There's definitely time for it.
There's 3 waves, right? So it's literally count to 3, then join the tanks, right?
Yeah, so it'd be like this, and then we'd join the tanks here, and then we'd move around with together as eruptions.
And just to confirm, when you say join the tanks, then the converge will be towards the center of the arena.
After this, yeah. So
Yeah, where the mouse cursor is. Yep.
After the Wu-Tang baits, we fold in the wings. And
line AoEs appear to be coming from the center boss. If we confirm that, then we don't have to worry about PvPing the other party.
Exactly.
I think that was confirmed based on what people were.
Yeah. It's in this clip.
Right.
Yeah, right there. It's the boss is casting flamethrower.
Right. So we don't have to worry about pointing them in or anything like that. They'll point out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
as
just
long as
have
nobody
to-
gets clipped by eruptions and
We just have to
stays in there
move
happy.
together with the eruptions around, I guess, the ring of the hitbox or something.
Yeah,
Something sensible
just
like
the
that.
ring of the hitbox, because then we can keep hitting the fire too.
Yeah.
That's important. Why we
I
have
would
to do
be
it that way.
wary of this sea. I don't know. What do you think?
I wouldn't do it unless we all go in.
Yeah,
And
I've got
9 minutes
on my
until
buff.
weather.
Yeah, some seas take a century. So
I'll go help.
Is it fate though?
I'm not going. I'm doing fate.
I'm gonna go find silver chests.
Yeah, play
That's
it
what I'm
again.
doing right now.
Yeah, look, it's still targetable while he's baiting, so we can totally just bait as a group around while still hitting it.
To recap, I think the most important thing that we decided other than that was that we are following the marches that start in the north or start in the south, no matter which way they go.
That seems to be the consensus, yes. Based on the start.
It's going to be much easier than trying to anticipate where they end.
Yep.
So if you blink and miss it, I think the markers stay on the ground, so...
They linger
But
a little bit,
also,
yeah.
also
Yeah,
if you're
also look at your group members.
yeah.
If you're unsure at any time, just be decisive and pick one. If you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not sure, just go.
The worst
You
thing
will-
that can happen is you stand in the middle and you cleave the other group.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
that would be
so-
quite bad.
Just be
Just
part
be
of any
decisive.
group.
Try to follow your group, but if you don't, it's fine. Just be on the correct side. Oh, I did want to see how much damage the flamethrower did. It didn't seem like that much.
This is a 4-stack being generous.
Because there's only 2 of them, so that's probably expecting to hit a lot of people.
Does 2417 to me as the person in front, I'm pretty sure.
How many people got hit?
Being generous, it's 4 from my VOD.
241. That is.
What are the units on that 2417?
1,000.
So 241. That's 2 million.
If we assume that that's not a wild charge, then that is. You
That's
divide that by
probably
2.
Log for the
That-
damage on the second pull on Zem versus me.
What's the percentage that tanks take versus other? It's like 30%.
40%.
Or 20%.
Tank
The
passive
vol-
mid is about 40.
No. Oh yeah. I'm just talking about tank natural mid. Okay, so 20%.
Yeah, natural mid is about 40%.
40%. Okay.
Yeah, so something that does 100k to a healer, deals 60k to a tank.
Yeah, okay, so... You approximately need to like 4x that, right? And then you'll get sort of the true value.
4x?
Or maybe, wait, maybe I'm incorrect.
I'm not following the math. I was just only able to.
No, for
answer
sure,
that
for sure.
specific factoid.
I'm just saying that because Jay took the number that was on screen, then you remove the 40%, right? Or rather, you add the 40% back in, and then you would get the what the DPS would take.
Just divide by 0.7, and that's in the ballpark.
Yeah, or
Yep.
Imagine gold thread from silver chests.
That's where I've gone the whole line.
I mean, they appear in bronze, just not common.
Imagine chasing bronze chests for that.
There were 3 people in this stack I had.
Oh, okay. That makes it even...
How much did I take as a healer there?
I'm not sure that number's accurate.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a combination of split damage, and there's probably a minimum fuck you, it does a bajillion damage.
Like a
Overkill plus my HP is the actual number, and that lines up, yeah. Okay. So you took the same damage as me without tank mat.
Yeah. So not a wild charge, probably. Oh shit!
Are you talking about the healer and DPS cones?
Yeah, he's talking about flamethrowers. Yeah, during the eruption, there is a stack that goes off.
Because I'm thinking the number probably goes down significantly, obviously with more people, but like...
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like how big of a hit it should I be expecting. Seems to be, regardless of how many you divide, it's still going to be decent.
It's an even division almost always, which means that going from 3 to 4, your individuals will take a 25% less, then adding another, they'll take another 20% less, and so forth. But like, let's say we have like 12 and 12, right, which is the minimum. Then divide it by 4. Or sorry, divide the damage I took by 4, and you'll get the expected damage on somebody in a 12 stack.
If you look in the log, there's the magic volume applied. So I think that number that you're seeing is, I think like Russ was saying, it was lying. I think it is straight up lying, because if you look at the...
It's lying? There's not a magic roll in my VOD for me, and I got hit by the rupture. It gives a rice crumb rune, not a damage one.
Let me see what my replay says.
Yeah, the log is a little fuzzy on this one. It's registering an enormous bonus damage on a lot of people.
It might have been like that, because we wiped to extra cones as well, so...
I mean, the cone vulns are, like, not near the flamethrower.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you're right.
Who cares?
I
think... well, I got a... Good boy. Good boy. Got a blast.
That point about not panicking and committing to a side is very good, because I think I'm keeping on replay, and I think the people that baited the stray fire spread cone from the tower were people that realized they were on the wrong side and needed to flip or something to that effect. Or thought they should have flipped, when in actuality they should have just stayed for safety.
Alright, we should be entering the weather window soon, so if you're not in the middle, consider arriving.
Yeah, I think the logs just don't. I think the logs are doing some inferring on that damage taken, because, yeah, I'm looking at Jay. He doesn't have a magic vuln. And it seems to think he took like 155%
Alright,
bonus
what
damage.
fortunes do you have for me today?
He died in the hit. He died in that hit as well, right? So it's very possible that the order in which the server sends its messages may confuse the log when people are dying.
Well, but he never got a vuln at all. I don't think the flamethrower gives a vuln.
The flamethrower gives a 1, so you
Did it?
can't take both flamethrowers.
That
Oh
makes sense.
no.
Yeah, but the point is the log doesn't even register him getting a vuln. He just died.
Looks
What's
like
was
we
this
are
the-
approaching the time.
Any minute now. Or any minute now is the window.
Yes.
Okay, so the are there other AoEs that happen while flamethrower goes off other than I guess
Only eruption, but the eruption only gives twice Kamru and it does not give a vuln.
Okay, because
There is 0
when-
vulns.
No, because when flamethrower resolves, I see Lola and Jay open. Lola catches a vuln,
Right, but
so that comes from the
Flamethrower-
eruptions or from flamethrower.
flamethrower gives a vuln, but
Okay.
and what I'm saying is I think the logs are just not sure how to manage this because the log, the
Yeah,
damage
because he
taken on the
died.
log says he still has a vuln, but he doesn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In my
The log in
replay,
this case is just wrong.
yeah. In my replay, I think it's probably because Jay died. It like didn't propagate the that probably confused any vuln that would have gone out to him, like didn't.
Sure, you can
Something like
speculate. I'm just saying that the log is wrong.
Yeah.
He did not.
I'm not
It
disagreeing.
says he has a vuln. He did not have a vuln when he took the flamethrower.
I
That's
think
all I'm saying.
in all basics, just assume that attack hurts is all.
Yeah.
That's
It's probably going to require shields and light presentments.
That's fine. I just need to know.
especially if you're down.
Actually, if you have a range, because it comes from Triton, if you have a ranged targeted metal, Cannoneer, Silver Sickness, make sure that stays on the center guy, and that'll help a lot.
What's the
During the eruptions, if a thief wants to sprint over and weapon break and then come back, that's probably fine too.
It's magical damage. I don't think that matters.
Oh, is that physical only?
It's Time Mage is the one that can do the magic or the magic down.
Well, there you go. Oh yeah, helper weapon is physical. Yeah, okay, so time mages. But the point is, there are things we can do. Healers throw shields. If you have targeted mitts, make sure you apply them before the fireballs even start.
Yeah.
Unless it's add-on, which, you know.
Shouldn't the
Try to get
targeted
it,
mid
but-
just also go on the fireball towers just for the waves itself?
I mean,
We
the
get
waves are
value out
pretty,
of it both ways.
the waves are pretty trivial.
The
Like-
waves are doing non-trivial damage.
They're non-trivial, but
It's
they're
like
also not...
50k.
Yeah, but they're not lethal. The flamethrower has potential to be lethal. Fire spread's only lethal if healers aren't pressing heals. Like, fire spreads are not the thing you met because you could simply heal through them. Flamethrower, one person being, 2 people being dead might be enough to kill an entire side. So, you just mit the thing that's lethal.
Positive, we're swapping to tanks in the middle.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't see any reason not to.
Okay.
It gives a little more room for the DPS and heals to... I'm not saying they need to be on the back, but they can overlap the back a little bit and it's fine.
Specifically, you can use the lines that are on the floor very clearly.
That is
Jay's
true.
Marked it
Lines
in
mentioned?
Fort Chat.
There are lines.
I think that one's actually more of a rectangle on the floor.
All right, Chloe.
Put in ciphers.
The time has come.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, Doa, I think the plan, and Cass, if you want to confirm, for the eruptions and flamethrower. For the eruptions, everyone's just gonna go
Need
to the
6
tank
more.
stack.
More ciphers.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
For the eruption, everyone's gonna go to the tank stack and then just rotate around, and wherever we stop for the flamethrower is fine, because it comes from the center of the boss. We don't have to worry about hitting the other side.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. It's just stack up on the tanks, because that'll probably put them, the healers, and
One more cipher,
DPS a little
please.
closer at the end.
Yep, I am here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter though, but tanks just makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Quick question on the logs. On the damage taken part of it, does anyone know what A means? O is overkill, U is
A
unmitigated,
is absorbed.
So into
absorbed as shields?
Yes, A is absorbed.
Okay, thank you.
I wonder if we're gonna reach a point where we have to start a fresh instance every time we wipe.
Goodness, boss.
It only
If
works
there's
if
another
we-
time
if we're at that
extension, we're
point-
theoretically there.
If we're at that point, then we'd be going well past the raid time anyway.
Yeah, the instance lasts exactly as long as we have allocated humans to it. Or it's 15
I'm
minutes
just-
short.
I don't
technically.
I'm just
feel
thinking
like-
it's about half right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have an hour left.
This is why we skip ready checks for the first boss. And yeah,
I feel like by the
there are
third
things we
or
can do to mitigate it.
Yeah.
by the third or fourth boss, we may just have
Yeah, we may just have one long pull.
The real meme is if you have time when you get to the third boss and you have a wall mechanic, you just teleport out to cook on it. Alright, double check your jobs, real and phantom.
We check.
Hey, Sly.
What? Trying to eat my food?
I'm well fed.
Yeah, well, you don't have your tank stance on.
It's like,
Yeah,
where's that photo?
I'm still taking one.
He's alive.
Yeah.
I just hope you're doing well, buddy.
Thanks, dude. I could be doing better.
Hey, Sly.
Clear comms.
When's the next pizza event?
I missed the last one. It's
Oh,
in July
hey.
sometime.
Adrian, could you please ask Josh to clear comms? Oh, Sly, I didn't tell you. I met the Josh.
The,
The
is there
Josh.
a Josh Prime and that's who you met or something?
No one else
Yeah.
remembers this bit.
No.
You're talking about the little Josh kid that won the Josh competition?
Adrian,
Who's
could you
there,
ask Josh
Josh
if he won the Josh competition?
literally who.
There was a competition like years ago that which of Josh is joining in a park to battle for the name of Josh.
Did I
Something.
hear about that for Kyle?
And then, Adrian, if he responds to you in any way, can you tell him to clear comms? Thanks.
I'm not sure if it was Josh or Kyle or whatever other name.
That sounds like a Kyle move, I'll be honest.
And we're going in. This is your last chance to check your real jobs and phantom jobs. I see a thief in my party that we should not have.
Busted.
Can't believe
Rusty
giving up
called
his
me.
berserker life.
Ban this man, I swear.
That counts. Tell him to clear comms.
Last chance to check your jobs and make sure you got food up.
Done? Oh. +1 thief.
+1 thief?
Alright, well, that's okay. I was just on Oracle, so I won't false predict today, so that's good.
I thought we banned that.
I got special permission because I haven't died to it.
He sent me an essay and I couldn't be fucked to read it, so I just said yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
There's some neat things I can do with it.
Okay, time to swap off Time Mage then.
I think it should be
Hey, wait, can you use false prediction out in the outside and then switch to Barbarian? Or Berserker?
Shoot, unless it's like sharing a cooldown.
Cassidy, you track down all the stragglers?
Yeah, I'm gonna track everybody down. We should be ready. We will be pulling at 6:44 Eorzea time. We're pulling in about 6 seconds.
What?
Oh!
That's a problem. We are crossing, and this is knockback.
I should get
You're
them
on
up
the
when we
line,
can.
this is knockback. We are crossing, and this is out.
Don't take that.
Out. This is a tank buster. Next is in the towers. This is out. And in the towers.
Keep going.
We're on the
Left.
left. Be on the left. We get behind. Be behind and on the left.
Send me one more raid, please.
And next is meteors. Think about meteors. Meteors are crossing, and this is knockback. Beyond the line. This is knockback. We are on the left. And stay behind. Staying behind on the right.
You're free to take that health.
Alright, next up is ads. Remember, numbers are going across. Numbers cross. Time mages, be ready with the spells. Says the spell. Next will be gargoyles. Remember, numbers are going up. About where you're going for this one. Nice gargoyle spawning. Everybody north. And this is not that. Beyond the line. It is not that. So remember, numbers are going up. And in your towers.
Going to back left.
We are on the right. Remember to pod at some point if you haven't. Get behind, and on the right. Next is meteors. Think about meteors. I need to do this clean. Meteors across, and this is out. This is out pretty far. We are crossing, and it is knockback beyond the line. This is Tank Buster. And dead. Make sure everybody's alive.
Really very uncertain why I died there.
That was scuffed.
There were definitely. I remember I messed up, and I think one other person in Group 1 messed up the tower. That's why the gargoyle tower exploded.
Alright, grab your loot, letters. We're gonna hop over into the other channel.
Pressure buffs, please.
Yep, night buff up again.
Wait for Sign to give the go ahead.
Go ahead.
Alright. This has him at score. I don't know if anyone is hovering at 1 life, but if you are, be very careful. Do not pop that trap. Back up behind the red line. I don't know.
All right,
Sign.
we're gonna need.
Yeah.
We're gonna need floats.
We have floats? Yes.
Yeah.
We better.
We better.
It's Geo, no Oracle XD.
Yeah. Oracle doesn't have any hard requirements, thankfully.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh, the hardest requirement would be avoiding having to spam Ozuna. And
Ooh,
that
2 for 1.
is making up for my missing moves. Trap area. Here, back. Trap around the corner. Okay.
Orb down.
Chest is left side.
We are advancing now.
Pop the trap when you can, and we'll go to the left. This has him.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and scout.
Get chest. And this chest and skipping the other side. Well, the idea of an in-dungeon Starbucks is actually very good, and I don't know how I haven't heard it before.
Going all the way to the next pack. Just don't cross the line. Careful the orb. You can pop that trap.
Find this one.
Just be behind the line. Should be good. The sign's already back. Easy.
Right side for casters after AoEs. Push up a little bit to avoid silence.
Sign has this already set up, so you can just push forward a bit. Careful the orb.
Floats. Alright, we're good to pull?
Oh,
actually,
Orb.
why don't we do the...
we need to
just-
eventually figure out the way it shouldn't be this wishy-washy.
I just always forget about it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. This has the Manticore. Slow squeeze.
Two traps up ahead, one large, one small.
That small one is good. Careful, the one around the corner.
Yep, stay well behind the tunnel.
Alright, we're good.
Oh, nice.
Careful as you file in.
Alright,
This has the
we're good
Manticore.
up to the Nook.
Alright. Careful, Manticore.
Don't go too far. Don't go too far, Jay.
Yeah, there is a concealed trap.
Yeah, as long as you're within the corridor, it should be fine. Careful with the trap.
Precise.
They didn't even pull the pack. Oh my.
Well, to be fair, we were getting a lot of crits, or a lot of insta deaths. Things are just melting.
Maybe also share that you don't have to pull the pack to check.
Yeah. Well, if you're lucky and they're like one is not looking at you.
I managed to sneak in my own little bit of science there, but 1 to 2 is the distance of you sense a concealed trap nearby.
Nice.
Like, precisely.
Found the trap over there.
And that hit us? No way.
Oh, that's a
right?
super trap too. They're actually pretty well far behind.
It's all because I have mask vigilance that's amping our DPS massively. It's guaranteed crits, man. It's impossibly large malefic ticks. Or combust ticks.
If they're gonna trigger, they can probably. Do not jump, wait for sign and Tomo.
Want to touch the trap? Let me touch the trap.
No, Sly, no, I will not.
But I'm poor.
Yeah, you with your multiple hundreds of millions.
I can barely afford to eat.
There were two things that changed about how we're executing this. You should go over those.
Yeah, so first and foremost is where the healers and DPS can position when taking the soaks. Instead of on the lighter part, you can be on the brick line here. If you look in game,
So the healer
Jay
and
has
DPS
also
are
posted a screenshot in Fork chat.
Where's our novices?
I would assume we're having healers on the left, DPS on the right.
It's healers right looking at the wall.
Check forked strats for the
Healers
left
good.
positioning.
Left for healers if you're looking in.
Yeah. The left and right are not descriptive on the right.
Counterclockwise, if you want to think of it that way, is DPS.
Not add lots of explanations, just look at the diagram and think about it your own way.
I'm gonna repost a very shitty edit of your already fairly shitty diagram and confirm that this is what you're recommending.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, you said it was shitty, but is this accurate in fork strats?
Yes, that seems to be.
I told you it was
Yes.
shitty.
Listen,
No,
I didn't have a
the
good
tanks are
screenshot.
on the inside.
Yeah, the tanks are on
Oh,
the
that's
inside,
also true.
so
That's
it's
great.
different. But that's easy enough to remember.
The other important thing is numbers are north, letters are south. You are looking for the arrow to spawn the source, and then you are following it, is my understanding.
So remember
Yes,
that means
the arrows don't spawn directly north-south, but they should spawn on the
On a
north or
line.
south half of the arena.
Yeah. So the worst case, quote unquote, that you need to consider is that so numbers. Remember numbers north. That means we're following the arrows that start north. If the numbers start on the northwest line, which parties who can see, that's where like 4 got moved to. It's between 4 and D. If the arrow starts between 4 and D, and then it marches all the way south to between 3 and D, that is still the numbers tower. Because that arrow started north, it is our tower.
So we're following whichever footsteps start on our appropriate side.
Yes. Even if it crosses to the other side, you follow it.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
But it literally does matter. So
yeah, it does matter.
No, it does matter, but like, what do you not understand? That's what I'm asking, because then we can help clear it up.
Well, I said it correctly, so I understood.
Exactly. So we're good there. Anyone else confused about it?
And then after the fire stuff, wait for 3. Then we are converging with the tanks near the center of the arena.
We'll converge with the tanks towards the middle.
And then we're gonna go clockwise from there around the fireball tower. But do not rush your movement, because we don't want the fucking eruptions to be all over the place.
Yep. Don't sprint. Just go edge to edge.
And just play it safe, dodging them.
Sorry, did you say we were going clockwise or something?
Yes, clockwise. So
Thank you.
Do we want
looking at
to?
your orb, you walk to your left.
Do we want to get started for timer reasons?
Yeah, I think that was.
Explain.
After the stack, you need to go back. Healers and DPS need to go back to their spread spots and repeat. And presumably we kill it, hopefully before anything else kills us.
That should be the last major mechanic, structurally.
Alright, we can do a ready check, make sure there are no more questions.
See shooting.
Make sure you got your food buff ready.
I don't know how the status is in terms of lives. I think if we probably still don't want to. I don't know if we want to raise or we don't want to raise, but we can
For the
only...
first poll, just don't raise.
Yeah.
2 is ready.
He's ready.
Alright, that's everybody ready. We will
No,
pull at
no, we're good. We're good.
Okay, do 2:04 in game time. Pull at 2:04, Eurasia time. About 6 seconds. And you're pulling. Remember, you're checking your debuffs for this. And if you get hit by the opposite color, check your debuffs. Watch where they jump. They're going towards yellow. And next is Delta attack. This is big mitts.
Hold your burst, please.
Alright, remember where you're going for snowballs.
It's north.
Remember to mint. Not bad.
And all your damage. Very good. Watch where they're jumping. Going towards 3 Delta. And this will be Delta attack. This is big mitts. This is stacks and tank busters. Alright, move towards center, look towards your side. Get ready to look for your arrow.
Right side.
Remember, healers right, DPS left. And
Back on tanks.
All south, all south, all south, go clock.
Clockwise, slowly.
Edge to edge, edge to edge. Do not overrun. That is the wrong clockwise.
All the
Don't
way.
run.
Can we stack? Can we someone?
Fade,
I'm
fade,
sacking,
fade
bro. I'm
again.
sacking. Someone's gonna sack after me. Oh.
We have
We're
chemistry
north.
is-
Yeah, chemist is marker.
Alright, we're getting there.
Okay, so we good. We did see the self-destruct. That's good to know.
Did we? Cool.
Yeah, they started casting it just as it started. Okay, so just 2 rounds.
Clarify that is clockwise around the ball, not clockwise around the room.
It should be the
Yeah,
same.
everything should be relative to what we're looking at.
Maybe we should all go max melee as well, so you know.
Do not cut corners.
Do not cut corners and be fast when we say it. It's 3 hits and then we group up immediately. Try to greet
I
him.
think you can hug the wall to res Luna, and I think you can walk forward to res J.
I'm pretty far
Should
back at
be
the
able
wall.
to go
So
up to
Let's
the
hang on.
brick
Wait.
line.
Let's get most of the people in the back raised before we
Yeah, let
pick
everybody
any
raise
risky ones.
Get up first.
You should be able to go up to the brick line on the hex.
as a
Agree.
reminder, if somebody accidentally pulls, let that person die. Everybody else don't hit anything, and it should reset.
TK, I usually go to about here when I'm waiting to pull. I wouldn't go much further.
Let's see what I can get from here. People ponder the boss.
Yeah, Para, if you want to see where they're standing, you can kind of mirror them and get closer.
If you're taking a raise from TK, be very careful the direction you run when you raise.
Not sure I can get there.
I try to raise me walking towards the boss from south.
Yeah, I think it
from where you
goes
are.
this way.
Got it.
Yeah, I can usually test the range by home gang. This is about as far. I don't think we're gonna get the two people in the back.
Yeah, we'll have
There's
to-
gonna do them
That's
on pull.
fine.
We'll wait until
Okay,
after.
that's pretty good.
There's
That's
a
pretty
tank
good.
and a healer in the back. That should be fine. They'll find. We can find ways to fix ourselves.
Do we have any questions before we pull again?
Should we mime clockwise, or are we good? Because people were saying, "Oh, not relative to center. Clockwise is clockwise, no matter where you are."
It is.
I think it was just some panicking.
Yeah.
It was only one person on number side, and they know, so that's fine.
Well,
I don't know about
letters
letters,
had some fun as well.
Letters had some late movement, and people went the wrong way.
It looks like it's technically possible to sidestep back and forth, but we want to stay together for that beam. So clockwise.
Yeah. It's also safer than not try to two-step it.
Be interesting to send the fizz range away. Like at
As a flare.
stack of tanks and then. Yeah, kind of a flare. Just an idea.
I assume to signal where the tower's gonna spawn is what you're saying, or?
No. As soon as we get the eruptions, the fizz range stack on the tanks, and then instead of going clockwise, they just go away from the tower.
They
Because
still
if
gotta
you
come
drop
back.
so-
Melee.
Why
So-
would the fizz range run? Just stay with the group.
Yeah,
They've still
you're,
got
you're,
soak
assu-
with us,
like,
right?
you're assuming that it gets always baited on them. We don't know. If
I'm
it's
assuming
baited
it can get baited on that. Not
on. It
necessarily.
can, but if it
Yeah.
doesn't, then them running out, we would still have to do the circle if it doesn't get baited
Yeah,
on them. So we might as well
Do they have
It's
to?
interesting. I don't know if it adds too much.
Let's just
It's
stay
unnecessary.
together. Let's just stay together. One very quick change for tanks. Since we know it's just 2 rounds and it's only 8 seconds between hits, or 8 seconds total for the 3 hits. From the first to the last is 8 total seconds. We're just gonna switch to immuning them. It's way easier to just have 2 tanks know their rounds rather than trying to do 1, 2, 3 soap orders. So I will do the first for letters. Do we have a volunteer to immune first set of towers?
Who's first for numbers?
Okay, Jay will do first. Letters side, can we get a non-Lola volunteer to do immune, who isn't using your immune on snowballs, to immune the second round?
Do it.
Say your name, please.
Silvara.
Silvara. Okay, Silvara will do the second round. Can we get a volunteer on numbers side?
I can do it.
Okay.
It's not earlier.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do that instead. You just you don't need to pre-immune the first hit. Just use light mitts on the first hit. Immune after the first hit. It'll be very.
We're gonna be pulling here in a second because we need to get the dead people out.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're
Are
gonna
we
time out.
raising people mid-pull?
Yes.
If they have 2.
If you have 2, you can take a raise on this pull. So we will pull at 5:48 in game time.
Time vigilance.
Pulling in about 3 seconds. Chemist, make sure to get your people up.
Sorry, had to while it lasted.
activate your debuffs. And we're looking at our debuffs now. Heal up. And watch where they're jumping. Towards Bravo 2. Next is Delta attack. This is going to be big mitts. Next is stacks, point them out. Think about what snowballs you need.
Man, not back.
Yes, down.
It's over.
Fine.
I'm going
that's
to
better.
Help you.
get Luna if you can.
Everybody safe. Everybody safe. Alright, we've got chemistries.
Yep, waiting for reset. Raising. If you have a raise, do not raise. Okay. Should be good.
Yeah, sorry, I occult feather-footed it into the wall.
Oh, okay. And your round is short
What we
one.
call an unwanted business.
I thought exactly what you thought, that it was targeted on the enemy, so I selected the enemy. Instead, it put me in the way that I was fixing.
I think one person has no S's left. Monica.
Other adjustments needed for that, or
No, it was just they admitted it was a goof.
Primarily, it's
What
just going to be
snowball are
killing.
you?
We're going to be. So
Do we have an
Monica-
extra?
Monica is out of lives. Is there anybody else that needs to get raised? Okay.
and no adjustments are necessary for being down, Monica.
No, she's in Pody C, so...
Yeah, Sly is already an extra for BC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm also an extra in C.
And they don't have to split for Snowball.
Nope.
The healer in that party is okay solo healing.
Yep, I am good to heal.
Don't have a choice.
Yeah, I'm kind of forced to, but
You could shovel it so different people are solo healing.
Just
Yeah,
play it
the
safe.
with
Just
elixir, it's-
I'm a shield, so I should be fine.
overheal. You'll be fine.
Mm.
Damage doesn't matter. We're progging.
But my damage part.
Weakness is starting to fall off.
Weaknesses should be off in a moment.
30 seconds for some of my guys.
Any last questions? Are we good? Sounds like we're good then.
15 seconds for 3 of them.
Yep. it'll fall off in the countdown.
Start.
Yep.
This will be our last pull, so full send it. We have a few people with mill raises left. I don't think it's worth trying to get another pull out of the people that only have one.
We just physically won't have time to recover.
Yeah. Alright, we will pull. I'll give us an extra long one. 803 is your time. Pulling in about 6 seconds. 3.
Oh.
Slightly early. That's fine. Think about resolving your debuff and get ready to look. Look at your debuffs. Heal up. And watch for the jumping. Going towards 3 Delta. And this is Delta attack, that's a big miss. Alright, think about where you're going for snowballs. Don't forget to knock back at the ends.
Mitt. Not back.
Big damage.
Good job, numbers.
Alright, very good. Remember to watch where they're jumping. Watching the jumps, we're going towards Alpha. Next up is going to be Delta attack. This is big mitts. And tank busters and stats. Next up, we're thinking about flame towers. Remember, look north-south to find your arrow. Follow your arrow.
That's all.
Hit him.
And on your
Converge on
tanks.
tank.
Yes, you're on the wrong side.
Going clockwise.
Edge to edge.
Second tank's in.
Positions.
Second tank's in.
Back on the
Burst
right.
is soon, guys. Get ready for burst. 2 minutes. Send everything.
When this one dies, only
This
range
bad.
help
On
the other
tanks.
one.
Converge on tanks. Converge on tanks.
Tanks, hit on
Converge on tanks.
Or dead.
Okay, we got it. Yeah.
Raid wide expect. Don't know cast.
Keep comms clear.
Did this early.
Watch where they're jumping. It's gonna be watch where they're jumping, I bet.
Yep.
Yep. 3 Delta.
I don't like that there's.
Give me a res, Luna.
Extended first.
I'm dying. You can res me. It's a rolling down the wall.
That's big damage. And okay.
You can hit it in the
Dead.
middle.
Whoa. Whoa.
Dodge for now, dodge for now, dodge for now. Oh.
There's
okay.
something.
It's Brad's.
Can you get Tress or Slide, TK?
Yeah, refresh chemist raises.
Tress is
on,
near
so,
you. You can see.
Spread out.
Tress
Spread,
back
just
to
be
the
spread out.
Nice.
Spread out. Don't be on top of anyone.
Healer LB does pierce. Healer LB does pierce.
It consumes a charge.
Okay.
And the chemist himself we can raise.
Fusion
This is
first.
probably.
That's probably in rage.
Got a raise to choose this.
I'm
I'm gonna keep
winning.
this one.
Fusion boost. And
Yeah, that's
That's the fight.
I'm
Hey,
alive!
not bad, not bad.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's great. That's definitely great.
Look at this then.
Wait, Cass raises
No,
another.
I
Where am
couldn't raise.
Oh, you could have raised for.
Pretty sure it just goes forever.
There it was. It was gonna be so happy I wouldn't have to re-level, but no.
That's a cute little ending.
Oh,
Okay.
thank
okay.
God, at least we saw the end of the
No. It's
Good job.
very good progress. That's the end of the fight. We just gotta get there clean.
Second spread over
Nice.
killed me by 4,000 damage. Where are the heals?
Where are
I
the
was
heals, bro?
on the other side. That's your fault. You should stay closer to your healer.
Yeah.
I died
It's-
south?
It is just like a spread right after the collateral damage, right?
Read level
TK,
now
you're a
instead of
chemist.
Later, smile.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
re-level
I don't
now,
have
not
mid.
tomorrow.
Heal yourself.
I did.
I,
I was fine.
I
Remember to take
eventually
the time that we
had
have
to
left to level if you can.
Yes.
Hey, Doa.
What's up, man? Oh, am I muted? No.
No, I heard
No.
you. I heard
What's up, man?
I'm gonna send you a screenshot, and I'd like you to guess where the deadly blow is.
Oh, is that why we were so ahead?
Yeah.
I love to hear that. That is what I love to see.
why do I feel like it did like 1.5 mil?
Oh no, bro!
Wow.
Okay, I'm putting it
He
in.
really underestimates the deadly blow.
Can you guess where the deadly blow is? I put it in pork cat.
Wow. I told you we took like 25%, bro.
It's enormous.
Oh.
Fine number. That's fine.
I see
Well,
the
I-
reason someone came up with the tank and
The
balls
invuln
strat.
strat.
Yeah.
That tower is begging.
I was gonna do it whether we tank and bones or not, but
Yeah.
it does simplify it.
Yeah. And the good news is we practiced it without invuln, so we actually know how to do it right if something goes wrong.
The deadly blow was almost 3 mil.
By the way, I was gonna comment Zenter and How do you like the slime jumps now?
The slime jumps. It's you know what's really funny is that like at the end of the day I'm just doing what I used to. I did all this crafting. Like I could be doing 2-in-1 differently, like super easy if I wanted, but I have light speed, so I can do the dance in the middle.
Ever since we found out that it jumps to each spot twice, if I got 1 or 2, I just turn my brain off. My brain is just not working. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Does it always jump into the same spot twice?
Each of red and blue will jump on each spot once. So if you stand on an empty spot at the very beginning, you're gonna get net 0. So you can play with that to make sure that you don't have to move like at all. You can look at the first jump and to figure out all your movement from there. You don't look at second, third, or fourth.
Yeah,
I don't think
anyway.
I don't think I've ever gotten 0.
No, as
you
in
can't get 0. Yeah.
But if you get 1, 2, or if you get 1 or 2 though, you can abuse that fact in order to you could stand on a spot and you can 0 out and you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. You're saying if you have 1 and you stand in the same spot the whole time,
I get the concept. I get the concept. All I said was I've never seen anyone start with 0. All I said.
Oh, yeah. No, it's neat. It's sad that you have to think a little bit for 3, so it's not like it's a panacea.
Well, if it's
I got 3 quite a lot.
I got 3 I think once or twice tonight, but like even if it's 3, I just do what I normally do. So it's just like whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
My entire thought process is just go to go to my first spot, because that one you can just pre-position, and then I'm just like, I just tell myself, over, through, or stay, and to me, over makes sense for me whether it's left or right, and I'm just like,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
over,
I think I'm also
over,
doing what you're saying.
Through, stay, etc., etc. That works
GG's,
a lot
guys.
for me.
Pretty cool. So wait, so the last mechanic is literally just it's just AoE spreads like right after alternating fans.
I'm gonna finish leveling back to 20, and then I want to look at if anybody has footage of that, because it did look like a lot of hits, and it looked like way too many hits for just 48 people to spread throughout the room.
I will say the only
There's a lot of
reason
room in that
why
room.
I died was because I was not focusing on healing myself. I died to like 120,000 hit or something. It's very livable from the hit.
Yeah, I'm just if there's overlaps, right? Like I
No, for
don't
sure.
think it's just a spread out mechanic, because like it has to scale up to 48 people. There's no fucking way they're gonna expect 48 people to spread for that.
They always didn't look that big. They're like a bit more than like triple your character size.
It can be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's probably some sort of rule to
You
it.
just in 48, you would just assign a party to each part of the circle and have
you
4
do
melee,
4 melee up, 4
range
back.
back.
Split into
Yeah.
6, right? So.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's lines on the floor and they're helpful.
Yeah, I do expect it's probably just quadrants.
Those hooligans, quadrants in my 6-sided shape thing.
4s in my
Hexagons are
6s.
best,
They are the bestagons. Yeah, the collateral bio ball is. Well, I had to hit my LB3 right at that exact moment, so questionable decision making. But
Can't see a single thing.
can't see a fucking thing. Thanks, Carl Sagan.
I keep looking away and then not seeing the new fate spawn. No.
Kilishu, you said you were gonna level and then look at it, and here you are, not leveling and looking.
Dude, are they getting
Oh,
farmed
there
in the
are
sea?
different.
They
there
are
are
getting
bio balls
farmed.
and there are fires.
They've finished like 15% in like 3 minutes though. They are getting farmed.
I kind of want to see how many people are alive.
I was wondering why this thing was taking so long.
I mean, hey, more fates for us.
Yes, the fates have been really easy.
We don't have time to do CE. We're doing out.
Oh, we do if we bought.
It might be turtle. Who knows?
That is true. It could be total.
Oh, this is the bull rushing one.
Yeah, how
this one
many
would definitely
people
farm
are-
a group.
Spicy.
I'm gonna check.
Oh,
I've
there's
already
not that
seen
many
bodies.
people dead.
but there's not that many people in it on the first
Yeah,
one.
that's the
I see.
that's the issue.
Well, it scales to the amount of players. So
Yeah, but
It does.
normally you have a range of people carrying all the low DPS. If you have a low population of low DPS, then
If they have 2
Yeah.
DPS in their
Okay.
total and they're both dead, and there's healers in there that have not raised them. Oh, wait, the summoner not raised.
Wait, ain't
It's
no
definitely
way.
the case that if you're low manning and it's good players in there, it dies way faster than normal, but
Oh, this
Clearly they're not
dancer
the
might be
players.
their. It might be one of their first times. They have 1 Phantom Mastery. Summoner has 8. I don't know about them.
If they have 1
The-
Phantom Mastery,
The dead white mage has none, so this might even be their first time
yeah.
doing a CE.
yep.
that one doesn't seem to pop up very often.
Mm-mm. And it
I do
farms
think it's
people when
based
it
on mob
does.
kills. Like as people move to gold farming in the end, and nobody wants to like kill early mobs out of curiosity. There are fewer spawns of the earlier fates, I think, in general.
Mhm.
We're just
Change
waiting
only
about
is underrated. Change my view.
boring.
And I should level
It
to
lets you
20.
actually use your jobs. As long as you're not cannon spamming, it's not boring.
Boring.
It's very boring if you're cannon spamming, and also cannon spamming usually involves max level cannoneers, so you're not actually leveling either.
Or at least level 3 cannoneer.
Yeah.
I mean, there are just several better jobs than Cannoneer for gold farming anyways. Like 2 Oracles is better than 2 Cannoneers.
Yeah,
But if
there
you don't
are
have
a lot
any
of
oracles
viable options.
when you're first leveling, you're not gonna have Oracle. I didn't have Oracle until
I
was
had
like
Oracle
10.
on day
I
one.
thought
I had Oracle on day 1.
Oh well,
I
aren't
thought
you
he was-
lucky?
I
Yeah,
Not
I
everyone
don't
is
have
that
Ranger.
lucky.
It took me like 2 weeks to get Oracle. I was like, boo.
It's okay, I still don't have Ranger.
I actually don't know when I got Oracle because I just looked in my inventory and it was there. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I got it like 3 times on the first day too, so I was like, where does this come from?
I think I was at like my 9th mastery when I got my Oracle. I was like,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, so I'm not behind you for my last job either, because I got Berserker late, but I still don't have Ranger. But I also am not farming it very hard, so, and I'm Mastery 6.
Yeah.
Deo, did you appreciate me ethering you during
Oh,
the
I
first?
didn't notice it, but I'm sure it saved me because I was sending hella GCDs and I'm not fucking asked, so... The fact that I didn't notice you meant that you
Oh,
did
you're
not
talking
well.
about me.
Oh, you?
This is what gave me dark mana darkness.
I was just watching his mana drop to below 3,000. I'm like, okay, here's an ether.
Just keep dumping. Just keep dumping edges.
I'm dumping it.
Dude, I miss Bosnia. Edge is now your GCD rotations. You have to weave your combo because it's better to keep using Edge while you get the auto MP procs.
When we had so many people die because on the first boss, I'm just like, if I keep giving ethers to our Dark Knight, surely that will overcome the DPS check. Surely.
Thankfully, the DPS check isn't real on that fight.
Which fate was this? Or CE?
See?
Oh, you're talking about the first or second fight, Kev?
Oh yeah, what are you referring to?
First.
The first boss in
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
tower. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Especially when we don't have multiple pugs that are just on the floor.
We want to move 2 minutes back to be normal.
I think so. The
We should have
snowballs
looked at the
are.
fight timeline, yeah.
I think the snowballs are dying pretty quick. Ones
More
ones
than
and
anything-
phantom abilities are probably good enough.
More than anything, aligning so that we get Chain and Tokumori in the last phase is going to be really good.
Oh, I'm just gonna string him, but I can. Oh, that's just
I mean, now that the snowballs are like, knock on wood to some extent, cleanish in the fact that we're getting through them now. Yeah, we probably don't need the 2s crunch for prog. We just...
Yep.
Yeah, we should optimize for boss damage.
Yeah. The snowballs are now all or nothing. Like I think we only wipe on them if we have a
There's some important information for you, Russ.
Hold up.
Why did that man die? What happened to the Picto there? In the DPS stack?
Wait.
That is a
he was already
white
dead.
line. Okay, I'm watching. What am I watching?
It's just an image.
Play it back,
Slide,
Noah.
yes. Oh, you want to see?
I want to see.
Dead. I didn't realize it.
Yep, looking. It's so good.
It's so stupid.
For rolling down the wall.
How many baits were that? Was that 3 or 4?
I thought it was 3 puddles.
Big damage.
Three puddles.
It was
and-
1, 2,
You
3.
can
and
hit
the
it in the
stack
middle.
happens right at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be 3 fire sprouts and then 3 puddles.
Look at all those chompers being drawn right in front of you. Oh, those are your chompers.
We'll limit testing if we're owning the south there. Unintentionally, I'm sure.
So we're not holding 2s anymore. They're snowballs.
Still send.
Okay,
Nice.
good. Because I'll tell you what, that Dokumori on our snowball does not get a lot of value. now that everyone is alive and hitting it, it was getting a ton of value before, and now it's not.
Yeah, we can get kill time. We lose a full use of 2s. We get replace the 1s with a 2s when we hold like this. So we definitely can't hold like this.
Also, there was a time later in the fight with the using Dokumori and Snowball where I would send a Dokumori on one of the bosses, and then I'd get reassigned to not that boss.
The first enrage was 702.
The one that actually matters.
Yeah.
And one thing I do find interesting, I'm not saying I want to play around this, but I did notice that the instant we killed the fireballs, the guy in the middle started casting. Is the guy in the middle targetable while the fireballs are up?
He's bait. He's bait.
Yeah.
So you forget to damage the
Look,
fireballs.
to be very clear, I'm not suggesting this is worth optimizing. But there's a possible world where you just get more time in the fight if you just, like, leave one of the fireballs at 5%.
I'm doubtful of that with the way they do these things. More likely,
It could be that the last enrage just comes sooner, kind of.
Yeah, like in
E7 style, yeah. It's probably more likely.
The more beneficial thing I'd say is just if you can think about double dotting, then double dot.
Yeah. Yep. Russ, it was just coincidence. He always does this to the Wind's cast once the Enrage Bar cast starts. And that's exactly what he did this time.
Oh, I
Goes to the
see.
ones
Okay.
before the north one dies.
Does he do that on the Snowball too?
Yeah, it's the same cast for both to the
Ah,
ones.
okay. It looked like a consequence of, but yeah, I guess it's just
Much at the same time, yeah. I don't really know what Two Winds does. I guess it just raises his friends.
Get up, idiots. We're both snowballing.
Oh, I was like, why is everyone getting kicked? What happened?
We ran out of time.
We didn't kill the turtle in time. Rip. Well, I'm 1 fade away.
Oh, but if your party won, you're still here.
That is
Before
what.
I got disbanded.
You can thank Wixel.
Thanks, Wixel. Look how fast Della is rolling the wall, by the way. Our hero.
I'm walling, right?
Sees a long cast in the wall already.
I've never, like, you know, it's still the right move, but man, have I never looked more stupid than that moment, bro. Like,
Guys, I won't get hit by this raid line because I'm dead. Look at me.
to be fair, right, like,
I'm ready to raise for the complicated mechanic it
it's
was.
not even just because it might have one-shot us, but rather, like, sometimes mechanics just open and just, like, one-shot the world because you didn't know what to do, right?
I can't
So,
believe you thought
being
I
immune
would
could have
let
done
us
something.
die to fucking damage like that.
But it was,
Cast is kind of just God.
it ended up being very silly, but, you know, I would have done it again.
I could
Get
fucking
my
do it again.
perspective of this.
What did the boss health end at? 31 mil? 30 point.
There's like
4?
16%.
30.4 mil or something?
Right,
I assume
dead.
That's where the heals are.
Should have
You know-
canceled himself.
You know, looking at the Cleese, I guess it's actually pretty doable to.
Yeah, the spread is really easy. The room is so large.
Yeah.
For everyone,
I
you
think
don't want to be in the hitbox. By the way, you get a thrice come ruin stack if you're like in the fist fight.
In the fray.
and it knocks you out.
Well, so how far in the fist fight is it? Is it close to the animation, or is it like inside the
Look at
large?
Para over there. You can see how close Para is dancing safely. And I'm guessing inside the inner ring of the hitbox is. Yep.
You probably don't want to edge it any more than that.
Yeah.
Wixel and I looked like we got kind of far in because we probably got snapped and then we got too far and then it snapped us. But it was past. The animation was probably right on the edge.
Okay, well, I mean, do we have? I guess our markers don't really line up with the pizza slices, do they?
Well,
I mean, our group line up. We can just snap like ABC 1, 2, 3, just like we did towers, right?
The way
1,
that
2, 3.
the way that group 1's waymarks are currently right now, it is basically divided by 6, and then I think 2 of the waymarks
actually,
are not.
it's pretty close. Like you could do B and 2 and 3, but just the ones we're looking at. Yeah, I think we just need to.
Floor.
We just need loose quadrants for each party, and then you just spread, and then each party individually manages their own spread spots.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And especially if melee are willing to like step back just a little bit for safety, though the collateral hits come like surprisingly with no cast bar. Like there's definitely a lot of room, especially if the range go all the way to the like back. And, like those cones get very wide in the back. And these AoEs are, I think they're smaller than 6 Yalm. They're smaller than your like average garden variety spread AoE, but only a little bit smaller. Yeah, like 5 Yalm maybe 4.
There you go.
Oh, actually, those tiles I'd either had if those tiles were not 1 by 1 Yalm, the green tiles there. They love the metric system in this dungeon, it looks like.
Look at my perspective. This wall is like ooh.
Those green tiles are a Yalm? I thought a Yalm would be bigger than that.
No. If you target yourself, that is 1 Yalm diameter. That blue
What am I
ring is
looking
1
at?
Yalm.
What am I looking at, Jay?
Oh. For
How
every
do I
character
live?
model?
Oh, you got
I
out of
should-
it. Wow.
I missed that. What did you do?
Oh,
yeah,
you are mashing that button. You see it going off, you're like, mash, 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 mash.
What? I didn't know that was possible.
Very
Yeah. No, you can gap close during animation lock, but the fact that you disjointed the wall is incredible. Oh, actually, no. You know what? The first couple times I did Snowball knockback, I went into the wall. And
Yeah,
just
the
simply
wall
walked
is
out of
like
it.
ooh, it checks on server ticks or some shit instead of being real.
I'm willing to bet that like when they have big scale fights like this, they do like a round robin check every frame on the server side. Like each person gets checked once, but like as quickly as possible. So if you get lucky,
You know that, like, I think it's actually every raid line in the game has a limit on how many people can hit.
at once, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I believe that. Dude, I have
Taking the
definitely,
third in rage is crazy.
I definitely beat when we beat Leviathan S. We lost 6 out of 8 people to Hardened Rage and killed.
Big.
Simply just killed in the middle of the cascading wipe.
Is bodied what happens when you walk
When
into
you go
the?
in.
Okay.
Yeah. Interestingly, bodied is a physical attack, but the raid wide cast is magic. You think
Wait,
I can
is
block?
bodied the kicked out?
Yeah, that's the you got kicked out for being
Can
in
you
the
parry it?
animation. I did, yeah. I did parry this one actually.
Oh, it just launched you out. Okay.
Yeah,
It never,
still pushed me.
It never made sense to me why this boss was called Dead Stars, and now it really makes sense. This new boss at the end is called Dead Stars, bro. What the fuck?
The three of them are collectively the Dead Stars.
I mean, there's probably lore. I'm not the lore expert.
What the
heck? Yeah, they're going on tour, bro.
Like,
when's their album out?
When they talk collectively, it is labeled in chat as Dead Stars.
Yeah, when they all
don't
say
know.
boink boink boink.
I don't know if Nereus was out of range or if you just actually can't get healer LB3.
He was probably.
Zero.
Oh, I think somebody said it consumes a charge, so I assume.
Yeah, it
could've been
consumed one
both.
of my charges.
Yeah, I assume it. Yeah, no. When I said it pierces, I meant that it works just like a regular pot works.
It
or
is
a
a
regular
good thing
revive.
to know that you can potentially get raises without a chemist.
Yes, yeah. As long as you're in a fight for at least 6.5 minutes.
It would be interesting. Was anybody in that party on 0 raises?
Yeah, but Nereus is really far away from the healer.
Okay, so still inconclusive.
I mean, you might be able to find in the log
big
if
enough
it's
that it
not.
could miss people.
Yeah.
Like
It's like 50 for LB3, right? Healer LB3?
Yeah, but this arena is 80 across. Sorry, 60 across actually.
It's pretty far.
This Nereus, it's like healer. Say, where is it?
Do we think that the AoEs that are going out, like their flavor that hits people matters?
I don't
With a
think
bio
so.
ball and an ice and a
I think
fire,
it's
looks
just
like.
going to be pure random
Cosmetic.
spreads.
Yeah, I think it's exactly like the particle spread from Cloud of Darkness Chaotic, where it is a raid wide, but it's staggered. And the staggering only matters, I think, because it's less punishing if you overlap, because only one person dies in that case if you move quick enough. Like, if you're moving, like, if one person gets hit, and then you get apart, like, and the other gets hit, then only one of them dies instead of both of them. So it's, like, slightly less punishing, but you will still die if you're not spread, if you're not careful.
Why didn't this raid wide go through Transcendence?
Which one?
The second enrage one.
No.
Did any tank press their invuln button?
I don't think Russ had his to press.
But mine was definitely not up.
Were you not up long enough to be a valid target for it? Or
Luna's definitely up before.
I tanked like 2. I tanked at least 2 in rage hits. I was just like, I was here. I'm alive.
Who casted your LB3? Or was it like, what class were they?
Scholar.
Zen.
Oh,
yeah,
Scholar.
Astral Stasis.
Was Astro? That's that what it's called, Astral Stasis?
Yes. Astral Stasis. And I uploaded a clip of my POV.
I tried to time it so that it's like it would take 1 or 2 seconds into Transcendence before the enrage would go off.
I didn't know that. Those were...
The damage to like the snowball forms and the fireball forms doesn't translate to actual damage to the bosses, right? Like if they're at 50%, they go into being a
Usually
snowball.
there's a system message when that happens.
He uses an like equilibrium, or not equilibrium, whatever the thing that normalizes HP is. That's what the green lines were. That's them evening HP.
I just mean like the damage to the snowball form and the fireball form
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
actually doing damage to their health bar. I'm guessing.
Probably not, because they have their own hardened rages anyway, so the damage is worth it, even
That's
if
a
it
lot of
doesn't go
damage.
back.
I think at the beginning of that last pull, we were doing 213 million. It was the total health, not including the extra 18 plus 10, so 28 million of the combined health bars of the extra like fireball and snowballs. I feel like that's a lot more health than the first boss had.
Is Enrage shorter or longer?
I think maybe, well, 7, 10, I think is what we said the last one. Oh, you're the first one, I mean? No.
For what it's worth, Dead Stars spawns at 25%. Is that correct, or did that come from their health? No,
You
that
mean like
must
the
have come
final
from their
section? The final section just added all their health together, right?
Well,
It just averaged it and put it on the last boss.
7,
Or yeah,
7,
added it. Yeah.
10, I think is what we said the
You're
last
probably right.
two.
I think
You're the
is
first
what
one,
we-
I mean?
For what it's worth, Dead Stars spawns at 25%.